Good day, Lords and Ladies. Welcome back to Rimworld Medieval Far From Home with me, Cornish-Knight. From our last status update video on Wednesday last week, I have poodled about and found what I believe to have been the issue. Probably at some point there was a minor update to Combat Extended, and that has, well, knocked it out of sync with Vanilla Weapons Expanded. As a result, as you can see, Vanilla Weapons Expanded basically stopped working. So, unfortunately, I have taken it offline. Purely to do with the fact that I just want to have enough of it. I just want the mod pack to be working enough so that we can complete the playthrough. And though it probably will come back into working order relatively quickly, it was causing issues in the actual mod list itself, so I took it out. In the meantime, what I have been doing is, well, so far it took about 6 days to fix everything, to get the research we need to get done, and all that kind of jazz. So we didn't miss a lot. I didn't do any research projects, as you can see, besides the aforementioned getting firearms. Do I want to push on? Probably if I go for cannons, it's going to say we need mechanization, yeah. So I'm not really wanting to go down, because that will give us fuel and all those stuff. Well, let's grab smoke cleave, because smoke cleave is something that we do need to do. Co-production. Do have some cheeses that need to be cheeses for Mises. So let's get that done, and then once that's done, we'll probably do something like liquor brewing, because we can actually make liquor and get that sold off. Basic plumbing. Okay, that's done. I haven't done anything really else in the 6 days. I had extended this out a little bit, but that had already been shown in the previous video, and I extended the crafting room out here a little bit. That was it. Besides that, nothing else was really touched. I made some smoothbore muskets, and can he actually? This is the question I have. Like, he's our researcher here. Can he actually shoot? That is the question I want to know. So let's equip him with a musket. Actually, no, it's a stupid idea. Because if he goes, he's one of our best researchers. What am I thinking? I do need to have more people armed with firearms. It's important. He's not too bad. Is he anything that would stop Percy? He's got a shield belt on. Let's drop the shield belt and get her equipped with... Let's equip as a sidearm, because apparently we can equip it as a sidearm, which is ludicrous to me. So let's go to here. We'll go manage loadouts. So you should probably already have one. No. That's interesting. Okay. So gear. Oh, she does have one. Am I just going crazy? Crazy in my old age? What's her name? Oh, it's Geddes. I thought it was someone else. And go. Musketoon. 30 rounds of ammo. So we'll get that done. We do need to be pumping out some more... Just some more weapons, really. Okay. In the meantime, yeah, because I want him to have a musket as well, or a musketoon. let's get some more clay bricks popped out. And oh, one other thing I need to one other thing I need to, sorry about that. Just realised. Okay, so we don't have any standing jobs. As you can see, our money took a big hit because we lost all the muskets, which were worth quite a chunk. Just get the world generated. Okay. So, what projects do we want to focus on now? Probably I want to get some more just general flooring done. Partly because it makes the base look nice. But also it allows us to move around faster around the map. Which is always a nice thing. That in mind, I can't see anything in the dark, unfortunately. Also, Easter is coming up, so I'd like to have a bit more space. Yeah, Easter is expected even. So let's get down to Easter. Begin Easter. See, we need more pews. It would help us a lot to have more pews. Which means we could technically like dig out this way and expand the altar this way. Party's over, the speech is over, the party is beginning, which is fantastic. Let's hope we get a nice Easter. You started a social fight at actually, well, it is a festival. Punching the living daylights out of each other. What got into you? Goddess, not Goddess, thoroughly discussed what the future holds for Briselle. Their difference escalated into Goddess starting a fight. Okay, that's well done, folks. Punch each other unconscious in the middle of a religious ceremony. It was a fun Easter. Fantastic. So everyone got a nice mood buff. Probably they had a nice mood buff because they were watching their friends punch each other in the face. Well, that shouldn't cause a nice mood buff, but you never know. Right. So Connie's coming along. What do we want to do? Predominantly, the thing we want to do next is to... So that guy's... We want to send someone out to hunt buffalo. Oh yeah, other thing I forgot to mention. These two finally got married. No one attended the ceremony. It was just the two of them. So yes, unfortunately they had a very lonesome ceremony, though everyone got the mood buff, which was nice. Let's get some hunting in place. We've got enough muskets that we should be able to deal with any rampaging animals. But first things first, what we do want to do here is something I couldn't do in the dark, as it were. Let's get this pathway set up. So I want to be able to walk to here relatively easily. Something like that. Get all that set up. And we do have a few statues in storage. I'd forgotten about this. But because your colonists go and actually sit in, well, they go and like visit the graves, it means that it acts as recreation. So if you have the mausoleum looking nice, it will basically benefit their recreation. Right, installation loot. We've learned of an ancient complex nearby outside that contain ancient treasure. You can break into, collect the loot and style V1, though all kinds of structures contain variety of threats. In addition, your activity in the complex might draw unwanted attention. Actually, that's pretty close by. Could send some people to go and have a look at it. Okay. First crop is getting ready to be collected. That's getting done. I want to put some more bricks down here, if possible, please. Just make it all nice and uniform looking. And up here, got to do the same thing. And it doesn't look like the pawns don't care for it per se, but it does A, make it all look the same, which is nice, but it also does increase the movement speed around the base. So that's to give them a few tasks to do as we think of our next course of action. So, next course of action, if you're thinking about this logically, they finished cheese production. Fantastic. Down here, I am tempted. The problem is, I probably need to put something like this up around the base of these towers, because the enemies would just probably rust them down if we're not careful. I know it looks ugly, but it works to keep the enemies away, at least for a time at least. And how much wood do we have? A bit. Not a ton, but a bit. And caltropes, only if you're moving over them. Let's get some more spike barricades up around the base of here. It will just buy us a bit more time. I mean, really, at this point, I should be adding like a third, another like... Well, I don't want to add a third wall in here because then it will block a line of sight, but it's not great. Let's move more baskets. And now we've got revenge. Okay. Okay. Get in there. There shouldn't be anyone out of the compound. There's one person. That's okay. We can basically just tell him to not go out, and we can take care of the issues that we have. Okay. Put a musket ball into them. All these guys are going to be dead soon enough. Right. We also, as I could see, had finished our cheese production. So let's get a couple of those out. Cheeses for Mises. Get that done. Everything's coming along okay. I mean, we still got issues. The problem with playing, like, this is the one thing I will say, is that the only downside, like, in some ways, if there were things I could undo, one of the things I would undo was combat extended in some ways, because there are other ammunition mods packs that are added, which I could have basically put into place. The thing is, I like combat extended, but at the same time, like when you're playing on like the medieval setting, anything above a certain difficulty becomes really quite challenging because the enemy just basically outnumbers you and swarms you with pure numbers. And unlike in a realistic medieval situation where they wouldn't be able to get through walls like this very quickly, it would take them a lot of time. When I say a lot of time, like it would take them like days, and in that time you could pick people off. With this, it's not the case, which means that they can fairly quickly overwhelm you. I don't know how to basically counteract that. It's one of the issues, I suppose. No. Press L. That's because you're hurt. It's working on this. No, Bressal, you're going to focus smithing that, and you're going to do it right now, right? Get that done, please. Okay. That's getting put in, all that stuff is being done. Oh, we also had a fight. We had Rich basically decided he's going to beat everybody up. He also converted to our religion, which is nice. I should probably also make some dedicated heavy infantry units. Just have some individuals that just have armor and a shield and just like a melee weapon to block gaps in defense. The problem is that our armory, which is up here, is we'd have to center it more because if every time we get attacked, it's always too far for them to go to get stuff. Which is why I've sort of focused on having this more designed for gunpowder units. So it would allow us to basically hold them off, as it were, for longer. Right, so that's fortified up. Okay. Very likely soon she's going to complain, so we need to basically do something about her. She's got... Wait, does he even have a backpack? He does, okay. Time for you to get an upgrade, my friend. Yeah, Hunter lacks range weapon. I know. So. Normal crossbow, normal crossbow bolts is going to be... What exactly are you armed with again? Movable musket, okay. I wouldn't say Glitterwood medicine either for you. I'd say herbal medicine and at least one perishable meal. And that's what you're going to need from now on, my friend. Right. Get everything made and matched up. Okay. He lacks a ranged weapon. He's got a musket. Unless he hasn't got the ammo for it. Okay, smoke leaf is done. Okay, there it goes, because I didn't have the right equipment. Okay. So that's getting put in place. The statues are going to get moved down there. With that made, we can deconstruct those and get a couple more pews in place. That was a granite. I don't know if we've got any more granite pews. Oh, we do have enough for some more granite pews. It's fine. Okay. The thing is, I have a different file. I have a basic a similar file to this one that I run as sort of like things for testing out bugs and all that kind of jazz. And the thing I noticed is that beyond a particular difficulty point, like difficulty level in this game, this particular way of playing becomes very, very difficult. Partly because like the enemies will be throwing like 100+ foes at you, which really slogs the game down. But also, it's the fact is because due to the fact that even with all my hard work, I haven't been able to remove all sort of like futuristic weapons, so stuff like Molotov cocktails and like modern hand grenades and stuff keep on turning up, which is really hard to counter unless you like snipe them early on. So one of the things I think I'm going to have to do next time we do this, like for the next season at some point, is to use there's a medieval mod comic called like I think it's called just like Medieval, which is basically a similar to an overlay mod. It allows you to remove all modern tech beyond a certain point. The reason I went with the medieval storyteller was that it basically removed any like futuristic factions. Unfortunately, it didn't remove the tech. Apparently, so that's left me with occasionally futuristic gear turning up, as you can see in our armory. We've got stuff like bow taxons and light machine guns and stuff like that, which is not something I really wanted. So it's one of those things that we're going to have to sort of fix. But that's a learning experience. When I originally put this mod together, I was doing it relatively blind. I'd never done a massive mod pack for Rimworld. I'd never done a Rimworld series that had required like heavy modification, so it was a learning experience. Right, those are getting thrown in there. So that's getting all put in place. Wood is starting to basically peter out, but that's just how it is. That's all fortified up. Really wish people would stop wasting. We've got visitors. Stop wasting our resources. We give them some gifts and try and make them friendly. Got some granite chunks here which we could do some work with. And some sandstone chunks. Okay. Crop is coming in nicely. Work frenzy, all that jazz. Yep. So the colony is coming along well. Now we have to think of what are we going to do. It's a shame I can't make. You can make grape must, unfermented cider. But if we want to do wine, we're gonna have to basically. It takes time to do, unfortunately. Let's get these crops harvested. How could you put planting? Okay. We have a few Cornish on the outside of the base. Does anybody want to actually even talk to them? Probably not, to be honest. But we can give it a shot. Anything that you want, or we want from you. Missed a bit of flooring there. Didn't notice that. Where did he go? And he just vanished off the face of the earth, didn't he? Come on. Okay, so does he actually have anything that we want? Nope. Unsurprising. He will take some of our beer, though. Okay, so what faction is he with? He's with the Mother's Estate. So the Mother's Estate will actually buy our beer. Unfortunately, the nearest... Ooh, that's a long way. The nearest Mother's Estate place is down there. So if we actually wanted to sell our beer to them... Those guys are hostile. Those guys are really hostile. Man. Got an expo we could go to. Was that mentioned in the logbook? Expose. Just a quest. Active. Nope. Okay. Don't know where it is then. Annual Expo, here we go. Higher affected peace gathering, it has been cultural. Yeah, this is a cultural one. So if we want to send someone, we could actually do that. So let's send. Who are we going to send? Send a caravan to the expo. It would take a while to actually get there, to be honest. Do we want to take? We'll take. Let's take. Since it's supposed to be a peaceful summit, let's take our chief priest. Let's take our priest. We'll take our. Where's John? Take John as well. Do we want to take any of our many horses? Probably, because they are the mode of which we get about on. There we go. Couple of horses. We'll clear all. Don't take the rice because we need the rice. Don't. And you can take the herbal medicine. Take one double bunk. What else can we sell? If we're going to be swinging past a settlement, it could be valuable just to take some stuff to sell. Yeah. Camel hide, light leather. What else could we basically push off? A couple of elephant tusks. Got a ton of paper. Got a lot of arbalists as well floating about that I'd rather just get rid of. So it won't give us much for them, but it will basically clear them out of our inventory. Lots of worn out apparel. Okay, let's take that. Yeah, I know. Get that organized. I should have picked the mod which allowed everybody to rapidly allowed everyone to rapidly help load up pack animals. It was something I'd forgot to get. In here, it's very impressive. That will help the mood. Okay. Get that done. Yeah, get some more limestone chunks. Just everyone just working away, nice and efficiently. Get the horses saddled up with equipment and various bits and pieces. Right, get some food in. Everyone has had the stuff equipped, that's fantastic. That's moved around so we can build. How many blocks do we have? We can build another 2 pews, which will help our situation because we're a bit low on pews at the moment for events and that kind of thing. Okay. So caravan setting off to the expo. It doesn't take us too long to go. They will use the caravan, they will use some of the horses to ride, so we'll have extra movement. Okay. Okay. That's coming along nicely. Excellent. They're off to the expo. Okay. Just need to get money. Oh, exit the map, come on. Exit the map. How many wild boar? Actually, that's more than I particularly like the look of, especially since... You guys get back here, please. That's fine. Okay. Any wild animals we can just shoot through the grating. Out you trot. Just shoot them and reload. No issue whatsoever. So how many of them are still active? A few. There we go. He gets his shooting skill up. And that should be all of them taken care of. Rightio. On the world map, the caravan hasn't gone very far because they are asleep. Oh, you so-and-sos. Come on, get up. I should have got the forced, like the mod that allows forced movement of the caravan. Okay. Got enough of this to put down a couple more. So tough guy for potential colonists that we may lose. Besides that, though, everything's coming along okay. Get us, just get up and finish that, please. I'm not getting, like, this does not. I'm just losing resources to people not finishing off weapons. So yeah, get that finished off, please. Right, that's one more pure done. Can execute someone as well. There we go. An extra pew has been done. Fantastic. Okay. Doing the stupid clean home zone. Do hate it when they do this. Okay. Yeah, so liquor production and plumbing is coming along nicely. They're coming along here, so let's first stop over here to trade and then we'll go to the expo. Okay. Animals are feeding on food. We have enough victuals lying around. We have enough musketoon basically put away, which is nice. I think it's time that we basically, once she's finished that, we'll basically get her to have a musketoon as well. Someone crack that dead ball, we can use it for food. Okay. Someone knows on the map, not a ton. I say that, and then there's a massive herd of muffalo. Okay. So they've arrived at the colony. I'm not going to sell our horses because they're worth quite a bit. We will sell the cloth, though. We will sell all of those. Anything that we want in exchange. Goldfish, I thought it was gold for a second. Oh yeah, and these elephant tusks. Anything that we want. I might just convert all my silver into gold. I don't want all of it, I want... Yeah, let's grab that. Take it into gold. Go to the expo. Okay. So let's get to drop her sealed belt. Actually, he's not wearing it anymore. Great, okay. Wait, she's already got one? Never mind. Val, you're up. Probably giving a man that has Alzheimer's a gun is not the smartest move I've ever made in the world. But is better than anything else I can think of. I need to arm the Connie. Right. $30 rounds for you. Some herbal medicine. And always make sure you have a meal. There you go. Right. Crops being collected. Smoke leaf is being harvested. Soon we can get our first smoke leaf crop in. Unfortunately, the only place we can actually craft them are at crafting spots because we don't have access to a drugs lab, unfortunately, which is a pain enough in itself. So I might have to do something like delete this. I mean, yeah. Then go. Clear all. Smoke leaf. Then go crafting spot. Do that. Say add bill, make seats, and do forever. Okay. Liquor brewing is done, okay. So what does that get us in our production cycle? With vodka drums, some gin distilleries, tequila, whiskey casks, cheese press. Right here. I don't think they've got any... Yeah, they do have some milk in them being made. I might switch them out then because those look a bit goofy. Put a cheese press in its place. Some bits and pieces. Nothing major. Some whiskey casks. Does that allow us with the advanced... And make whiskey mass from flour. It comes from corn, okay. So we could actually make some whiskey if we wanted to. It would take a while, but we could. But the flour for the start is basically going to be used for making animal feed. The winter. Okay. Let's look at our wealth decrease. It's fine. Okay. Arrived at the Dano Expo, this year's theme is culture and arts. Let's get started. Right, at least daytime slowly dimmed away. Ballard simply sat down on the granite stool and told of his upbringing and as a gatherer. The simple story, and more importantly the atmosphere it created, was lauded by judges for its intimacy, originality and bravery. The reward for participating is the God King's Throne. Good quality. God King's Throne. The kind of grandeur reserved for only the glitterati of pompous posturing. A large, soft and comfortable seat, great for relaxation and for lording it over others in the room. Ballard gained 4,000 artistic experience. Okay, we can trade with them. When they suddenly demand we hand over our throne. Where would we even put it? That's the question. I think John's room isn't particularly big. Put it up here, somewhere maybe. Okay, that's not good. Okay. But I've left things run on too long. I've been Cornish-Knight, this has been Rimworld Medieval Far From Home, and I shall see you all next time. Goodbye, lords and ladies.